Hello, my name's Phil Robinson. I'm the General Manager for Witekio. Witekio is Avnet's embedded and IoT software company. And I'm here today with Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Duan. I'm the VP of Devices and Embedded Sales for Canonical. Most people know us as Ubuntu.
So we're sat here today in early March 2025. And I know that one of the big things that Ubuntu customers would like to have coming up is the end of free support for 2004. Historically, with Witekio and Avnet, the only option we've had is to help customers migrate. And at Witekio, we do a lot of migration services, helping people migrate both hardware and software. But now we have this new distribution agreement, we have a new option in Ubuntu Pro. Could you tell us a bit more about that, Joe?
Yeah, great, thank you. So one of the things that we have a brand new product for embedded devices customers. It's called Pro for Devices, and it gives customers the full 10-year update period on our LTS. So you mentioned 2004, for example. Yes, there's a lot of customers out there that adopted 2004 a while back, and they're finding in May of 2025, those updates are no longer going to be available. And so this new product, Pro for the Devices, that we're offering through our distribution agreement, gives customers the remaining 5 years of updates. And by the way, new customers that are just adopting new versions of Ubuntu, say 2404, they will start now with 2404 and get 10 years from now updates on Ubuntu. And it's not just the updates on the OS, you also get the updates on a lot of common applications. So most customers today are starting to worry about the Cyber Resilience Act. It's coming up on us very quickly. And with the Cyber Resilience Act, you're going to have to maintain your devices for 5 years after you ship them into the EU. And so it's not just the OS. Again, it's the common applications that you'll have to update as well. And with Pro for Devices from Ubuntu, you get 10 years of updates on the OS as well as these common applications. And we also have a device management tool, fleet management tool called Landscape that's part of that package. And we're offering this all through Witekio with Avnet in our partnership.
As a long-term provider to the embedded and IoT space, Witekio and Avnet have historically seen a lot of interest in industrial gateways, IoT gateways. And that's an area that Canonical have been strong as well, with a lot of those devices running x86, and a lot of those customers as well looking for ways to drive cost out of the system. If you think about IoT, generally it's a value add to your products rather than the total source of value. And because of that, customers are looking to make sure that they maximize that return on investment, and therefore keeping the costs low for those kind of products is really important. And for that reason, we see more off-the-shelf solutions there. And we've also seen more x86-based devices historically. I think that's starting to change, and we see more ARM devices coming into that space. And I think that's also really interesting how Canonical and Ubuntu are approaching that as well.
So you mentioned x86 partnerships, and we've had a long-standing partnership with Intel, one of our longest-standing partners, on providing Pro and long-term support for x86 images with Intel. But you also mentioned ARM is a new silicon that's coming out quite a bit. We have new partnerships with AMD Xilinx, with MediaTek, with Qualcomm now, with NVIDIA on their Orin line, and recently with Renaissance. So you're going to see a lot of new ARM partnerships with Ubuntu and Canonical going forward, and Pro for Devices is available for all of these products. So,
and one of the things that I think customers will really appreciate with the Ubuntu offering is the concept of certified devices. So we know that we've talked about the Cyber Resilience Act, we've talked about customers needing to address that, but they want to address that with as little pain, as little overhead on their side as possible. And the way Canonical with Ubuntu Pro provide certified hardware, and that means there's hardware running in a lab where all of the updates are deployed and tested before being deployed to the field, as I understand it, Joe.
Correct.
And so it's not just words or marketing that's saying this device is supported. There is an active, ongoing program that ensures that support over the lifetime of Ubuntu Pro.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good point. You're talking about certified devices. We have a number of ODM partners that you're reselling right now that do, in fact, certify devices with us. But as you're also aware, with Witekio, we can take new devices that customers are deploying and help them integrate new drivers and put together an image that's going to be sustainable for 10 or even 12 years. So we're actually providing all of our services through Avnet. So any type of work we need in certification, getting devices up and running that are new, or maintaining devices for the long term, we can work in the partnership together to provide this to your embedded customers.
So you might be wondering, why would you come to Avnet and Witekio rather than going direct to Canonical? I think there's a few reasons. Number one, we have the scale and the power of Avnet's vast hardware distribution business behind us. And that's really important for both Witekio, Canonical, but also for the end customer, for you. We also have 20 plus years of embedded and IoT expertise within the Witekio team. So whether you're wanting to understand more about how you might deploy your application in a container in a secure way, how you're going to connect that, how you're going to do the application updates, all of the connectivity that ties all of that together. We as Witekio can consult, can provide custom work for the gaps that have there, but also leverage great software partners such as Canonical to fill in the gaps within your stack in a cost-effective, secure and reliable way.
That's a great point, Phil, and I think it's more than just what you mentioned. It's also time to contracting and the ability to immediately buy products in this perspective. I think last week you were challenging me to find a customer that hasn't done business with Avnet, and I think it's very difficult. So it is much easier to contract through Avnet, much faster. You probably already have terms and conditions. You're probably already buying other products. So it's a fantastic to add our product line to yours.
Absolutely.